Hello, you're watching Tech Flashback, and I'm your co-host, PC Jack of I can't remember it now. House PC Jack of Jack. I don't know. I can't figure it out either way. And then I'm joined by my co-host, Jerry Reese of House Top 3 Entertainment. So I got yours right. We're okay on there. We're keeping that going anyway. We've got absolutely crazy episode for news this week. This week has been absolutely insane. We've got stuff coming on for the RTX 4090, and we've also heard about the RTX 4080, and we've also heard about the RTX 4070. Oh, my bad. The RTX 4080 12 gig, sorry. That slipped out my throat just there. It was totally fine. And also, the fallout from EVGA no longer being partners with Nvidia. We're going to get all into that, as well as GTA 6 leaked. So we got a lot to get into. So before we do, how are you doing, Jerry?
I'm not doing too bad. It's been a good day. It's been a good week. I'm kind of ahead on my editing for this week's video and next week's video, so not too bad
Nice.
at all. So, and
That's good.
how you? I was gonna say, did you watch the House of the Dragons? Since we're
Yes, I watched. It would have been Monday now. I was gonna say yesterday. Like, I should apologize, guys. That we're a day late, but I was doing wedding stuff last night, and then also like just stuff going on. But we had to do this week. But yeah, House of the Dragon was 2 days ago now. Yeah, I did watch episode
I would
5.
say it
Is it?
it worked perfectly that we pushed it back anyway, so we could get a little bit more information on the 4000 series, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Oh yeah, that's all right though. But I think it's timed fairly well. I think. But shout out to Tech Lab in the chat. He's first in. How's it going? Hope you're having a good evening. And I think we're all gonna have a lot to talk about for these GPUs. We're slightly interested in, but also there's some concerns that we need to address as well. But we'll get into all that very soon. But how did you get on with the? I still need to watch it, but you finally did the Ethereum proof of stake video. How did you get on with that?
Pretty good. That's kind of right. Uh, pretty
Hmm.
much said that the coins were going to be profitable, and that was true.
Yeah,
Every,
that's pretty
no
spot on.
one's really the only people that are mining right now are people that are gonna want coins in the future, like if the prices go up, and then
Right.
also just to keep them going, like the algorithms and the stability of the coins. So
Yeah.
they're the real MVPs, I guess, or people with the that don't pay electricity or low electric cost, pretty much.
Yeah, that's a bit more of an issue. Like besides that, anyway, if they're not paying for it anyway. But did you see this stuff cropping up? I might be misremembering now, but there was something about a new Ethereum. It's like Ethereum original, they're calling it. But profitability on that is just it's down straight away. Have you heard about that one?
No, wait, kinda. I don't know. There's like three different Ethereums, and I think I
Oh, I
have
wasn't
heard
aware of
about that.
that.
Yeah, there's that one classic, and I think Ethereum 2.0.
Right.
I don't. Yeah, I don't even know what the hell they're calling them anymore.
That's cool though. But I need to check that video out though. I will do when I get a chance. It's been absolutely manic the past couple of days though. But
That's cool.
how are you looking for Friday's upload? I'm gonna be joining you. I'm doing a Friday upload this week because I've been that busy.
Pretty good. Like I said, I'm ahead, so not too bad. Just
Sweet.
punching numbers and stuff. How was your wedding stuff? How did that go?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So just like managed to do like a couple of taster things, like try out some posh canapes, stuff like that. Make the most of the champagne as you got to.
Ah, nice.
Uh, what else was there? There was a really intimidating magician that I wasn't that keen on.
You're gonna have
So
a
we
magician
skipped
at your wedding?
a magician. It was.
Yeah.
But he was like I don't know. He was really weird. The tricks he was doing was cool, but he was really like in your face a lot. I was like, right, not my thing. What else is there? There's a guy singing Mark Bublé. If you guys know who Mark Bublé is in the US, I'm not too sure how familiar he is across the
Yeah, I don't
pond.
know.
No, just lots of he just does wedding stuff. He comes out of his like cave at Christmas and does a Christmas album, and then like just FOs for the rest of the year. He's one of those people, but he's also popular at weddings. Yeah, apart from that, it was all right though. But yeah, it was just manic. But I managed to just before we left, I managed to finally finish my Steam Deck review, which is like quite overdue by over like two
Yeah.
months or so. But like I think I did say on stream before, I wanted to like try and take my time with it and do something that wasn't like within that honeymoon period. if that makes sense. So
Yeah,
like, not when I'm like, oh my god, this is the most amazing thing. I've never put it down before. But now it's like, okay, like I know how it fits into my daily life. I do other things as well, but it's a much better like response to how you would use it. So, but that'll be Friday because I just haven't had a chance to finish off the thumbnail and like some of the additional stuff. So we'll do that at a different point. But so I'm joining you on the Friday upload just for this week, Jerry. It's gonna be great.
that's fine. I like it. That way
Are,
people can have a two.
are you happy for us to share the spotlight for the Friday though? That's the main thing. Like,
Yeah, it's a tech block. That way, people get to watch. They get a full block of 2 episodes. Let's go.
exactly. I think that works perfectly. But yeah, I think because we got quite a lot to get into, shall we just like get into it? We got a lot to cover in today's episode.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I miss you
So
too.
yeah, and I miss you too as well, man. You know, we gotta get that out there. You know, like just like peace. It's fine.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, let's do it. Topic number one. We're ready for it, and that is Nvidia RTX 4090. The new heavyweight champ launches October 12th for $1,600. Woo! That's a lot of change. So, if you didn't catch this, there was the Nvidia Gtc live stream yesterday where Jensen himself in the leather jacket, I think he was there in the jacket. He had the jacket out, you know, he has to for these kind of things. Where he went through and announced the partial lineup for the RTX 40 series, which includes the RTX 4090, the RTX 4080 16GB, and also the RTX 4080 gigabyte. No, 4080 gigabyte, Jesus. RTX 4080
Let's
12
go.
gigabyte. I don't think we're quite ready for that yet, you know, but yeah, I have some conflicting feelings on that model specifically. But anyway, so as we can see from this article over here, is that Nvidia has just revealed the new RTX 4090 at today's GeForce Beyond special broadcast. One of the worst kept secrets in tech. Yeah, I'm kind of getting on board with that. I mean, you could almost say that about any new bit of tech coming. Oh, they're kind of raffling on with it anyway. That's fine. So, as claimed by Jensen, he says, Ada is a quantum leap for gamers, says Jensen Juan. How do they spell Twan there? I don't know. I should proofread these articles a bit more. He's promising twice the performance of the RTX 3090 Ti in Flight Sim, and up to 4 times the performance in specific ray-traced environments thanks to its new Lovelace architecture. The new GeForce RTX 4090, as expected, a frankly monstrous GPU, and it's coming at 1600 and coming on October 12th. With respect to this, they'll make a data center blush. 2, there's also nothing concrete about those aside from confirmation of 24GB of DDR6X memory. The other bit to clarify on here would be some of the additional specs on it. So it's got 16,384 CUDA cores and 24GB of DDR6X memory, and expected to be running at a heady 21 gigabits per second, and also have a power draw of 450 watts, which is absolutely insane. And so before we move on to some of the other cards that they've highlighted on here, Jerry, what's your thoughts on the 4090 as the first card they've announced for Ada Lovelace?
The first thing that I thought of was 16's the magic number. He kept saying referring 16 a bunch, and then the price is 1600. For the 4090, it's $100 more than the 3090. A lot of people are saying it's a lot of money, which is true, but $100 more than the previous 3090 makes sense price wise. The only thing is, are you getting your money's worth at $1,600? I'm not too sure. I know it will sell out instantly. I'm gonna try to get one. So
Nice.
obviously, I'm not speaking with my wallet when when I'm talking about prices, but
Hmm.
it's kind of hard to justify spending $1,600 on this. But people are gonna buy it.
Is that the main
That's
excuse?
the
Is
main
people
thing.
will buy it. I think that's what Nvidia is riding on right now. But I'm
Yeah.
actually not that conflicted on the price of the 4090. Like, don't get me wrong, 1600 is a lot for a GPU. Um, but I'm more conflicted on the pricing for the 4080s, like both SKUs. Because the main thing that a lot of people have seen, well, it clarifies in here actually. If I go like a bit further down in this article, here we go. So it says it wasn't just the RTX 4090 that got its first reveal, however, as the RTX 4080 has also appeared at the special broadcast. Or should I say RTX 4080s? In a bold move, Nvidia has announced an RTX 4080 with 16GB and a lower spec RTX 4070 with 12GB, except it's also called an RTX 4080. That's the general consensus, it seems, when it comes to this 4080 12GB. is that obviously one of the things I was really not shocked about, but they made a point to mention that they're still keeping RTX 30 series as their sort of mid-range or lower end sort of inventory, if that makes sense. So they can't really justify a $900 4070, but slap that 4080 name tag on it, and it's a lot easier to justify. Of course, with 3080 and 3070 still like in their inventory because they've got a massive oversupply after countering it over the last 2 years or so. That's where they're kind of conflicted and still trying to like make sure they get rid of this current stock of Ampere, and then they can move on to more of the lower end Ada Lovelace GPUs. But that 4080 12 gig is really perplexing me. Am I the only one on that?
No, I think a lot of people. Well, not, I don't know about a lot of people, but I know a good amount of people were wondering why they went that route. I got a 3070 here, $500. Not too
Nice.
bad. Sneak peek of Friday's episode.
Whoop
So
whoop.
yeah, so it's kind of hard to compare these things. And then this chart, is this all with DLSS on, or
Let's take a look.
is this all just native performance?
Let's try and find one. Look for so DLSS specifically. You're looking for, is it?
Yeah, I think it is DLSS super resolution performance mode when applicable. Okay, and then when I switch the slide over to the right, it shows Warhammer Microsoft Simulator, the 4090 versus 3090 Ti. So even then, I don't
Ah,
know.
okay.
I don't know how to take these charts exactly because I think this is with DLSS on.
Exactly, and I
So
think we need to like, what's the for the 3090 Ti, and also like new RT overdrive. Is that a new setting for Cyberpunk? Then, and they add in a new ray tracing preset.
yeah, I
What
think
the?
it's a new feature for the Nvidia cards, I believe.
Oh, I might have missed something about that RT overdrive. That's something I've completely missed on there, to be honest. But no, I still take these numbers with sort of like pinch of salt. I'm still reeling from when they announced the 3090 and they marketed it as a 60 FPS 8K gaming card.
Yeah, an 8K gaming card. Yeah, it's all marketing. You got to remember that they like to market. They like to fluff up their numbers and stuff. Nvidia does.
That's not something that Jerry does with his reviews, which is why you should always
Try
support his videos.
try not
But
to.
exactly. But I am interested to see the reviews when they come out. They'll probably do it the same day, which I think they did for the past generation of Ampere. They were like doing the reviews on the same day for those cards. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm extremely conflicted. I'm not. I don't have that buzz like I did when Ampere came out. These prices are, like I said, for the 4090. Okay, I can kind of understand that. But for the 4080, I'm quite disappointed. I understand there's like additional costs now that we're like heading into a recession, and obviously the fact that silicon costs more essentially as well. But I do think they're trying to ride out the fact that they were price gouging customers a lot over the last 2 years, and now the crypto's crashed. They're still trying to ride that high. Now that might be a little bit skeptical of me. I could be wrong, but like especially these are the MSRPs. I don't expect them to be anywhere near that when comes to like the AIBs as well. Uh, I didn't see much showcase of the AIB models in the stream, but there has been a couple
yeah.
of brands that have posted their uh, 4090, 4080 designs. I haven't had a chance to look at them very closely yet, though. But yeah, I can tell you one that's like not going to be there anymore. This is kind of like a second story like this joined into two, but it's kind of relevant. So before we go into it, how are you feeling about the EVGA split from Nvidia?
Well, seeing the prices of these cards, I can understand why they're no longer with Nvidia.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty. Yes, I could see why it'd be hard to compete with that. And I don't know. I think it's pretty crazy. I think it's crazy that. Are we gonna talk more about it, or we just is this what is this
I was
all
just like
the?
I thought I'd bring it up a little bit because like that's like well EVGA
Okay.
was one of the most
I
prominent ARBs for Nvidia.
yeah.
I would say.
I was say they've been together for what 20 years,
Yeah,
almost
exactly.
20 years. Yeah, it's crazy that they split. I didn't see it coming, and broke my heart a little. Not gonna lie.
EVGA were my favorite Nvidia ARB anyway, but it's also interesting how well timed that was with them announcing that on Friday last week, I think it was. Um, and then like a couple of days later, it's kind of like dampened the limelight on Nvidia with their big show, which is quite interesting.
Yeah,
But so go on.
I was gonna say, you think that was intentional how they did that, or just it just
I
happened
think
to be
so.
that way?
I think it was just to I don't know, like spoil things a little
EVGA's
further for
payback.
Nvidia. It could be, yeah, it could be payback essentially. But I don't know. We'll get more into that later once we've gone through everything on there, though. But before we continue, this catch up on the chat. We got Just Chance in the chat, so say hello to him. Evening. I am more interested in what AMD will show from the performance they have on the current gen and price versus RTX 40 series. I am very excited about AMD right now, and especially the fact that they announced the. Well, I'll bring it up on screen now. So it was 2 hours before Nvidia's live stream. They actually announced that the graphics for RDNA it would be arriving on November 3rd, which is a total like baller move to pull on Nvidia. But so we can see on here it says AMD's next generation RDNA-free graphics cards will be unveiled on November 3rd, and the company is teasing impressive performance per watt from its brand new GPU architecture. We've been expecting this moment for quite some time. AMD's reiterated multiple times throughout the year that RDNA-free graphics card will launch this year. Oh, I'm struggling a bit. Whew. Well, would you believe this year is nearly up, and in just over a month, we'll see AMD has to muster against what has to muster. I'm struggling. I've had a very long day. What AMD has to muster against Nvidia's RTX 40 series expected to be unveiled later today. So they dropped this literally like a few hours before Nvidia's like stream, and like it was so well timed, and it's awesome to see this like level of like banter and competition between the two brands, which is great for us. Hopefully, as long as prices are looking good. But I'm on Just Chance's side there. I'm actually more interested in what AMD has up their sleeves for November. Now, it wasn't clear from that if I might be mistaken. So it's they're going to unveil the cards on November 3rd, but I did see stuff about launching on November 3rd. Or I might be mixing that up. What did it come from on here? Oh, okay. So there's a tweet from Scott Erkelman from AMD says, "Join us on November 3rd as we launch RDNA 3 to the world." That's a little vague still.
Yeah. Well, I guess they'll reveal. They're waiting for the launch, right, or for the official reveal.
Mm.
But I mean, I am looking forward to what AMD has. They are pretty innovative. It's pretty interesting to see how much performance they get with the power consumption they use. But I mean, the 4090 did have some interesting things. I mean, it didn't show much gaming. It showed a lot of rendering and computing and stuff like that. That little rate, what was it? The little RC cars and
Racer X, yeah, I haven't
the
watched
racer.
the. It was weird. I listened to the stream mostly in my
Yeah.
car on my way from work, and I only caught the very end when they got the cards out. Uh, just put it up on there. So Jerry, as you're like you're more intertwined with the world of GPUs, what is it about the 4090 that you found really interesting anyway?
My favorite thing that they talked about. I don't remember exactly what the feature was called, but they're gonna have they have something in there where it bypasses your CPU and you get more frames for your card. It's not DLSS 3, which is also interesting, but it pretty much removes a bottleneck that you would get from your CPU if your graphics card is way stronger than your
That sounds
CPU.
a bit like
Uh,
resizable bar though.
yeah, it's kind of like that, but I'm definitely interested to see what they do with that and how far that goes. That really caught my attention. Um, Especially because, there's always people talking about bottlenecks, which is kind of true, but I hate when people ask that. Like, is this a bottleneck for if I get this graphics card, is it a bottleneck for my CPU or vice versa or whatever? It's like
Yeah.
just upgrade whatever you can, man, if you can afford it or it's something you want or need. But I think that is probably the best one. DLSS 3 is definitely interesting. Compared to DLSS 2, it does give you a lot more frames. I don't know how different it reduces the image quality, but if it looks the same as DLSS 2 and you get a lot more frames, that's not bad either. Because the image quality isn't too bad with DLSS on, depending on I guess the game. But every game I've tried it on, Cyberpunk, Call of Duty, it looks pretty good to me. I wouldn't mind it if I needed to use it. But obviously with
If I
these
could
cards
just,
that
sorry, go on.
yeah, go for it.
I was just
I say
gonna
with these
like,
cards
I
that
was,
they showed.
ugh. It's so
Yeah,
difficult
go
over
for it.
stream to chat, isn't it? You know. Sorry, go on. You
Yeah.
finish. You finish.
All right. I would say with the cards that they showed, you don't need DLSS, so
Oh yeah,
that's about it.
like it's not too bad there then. What I was gonna say, I was watching a Moore's Always Dead video earlier, and he mentioned something about DLS free, and apparently there are some rumors of issues with it currently in its current state, to do with artifacting currently. In what titles that would be, I'm not 100% sure, but that could be something that's a bit more concerning. Like they did have a bit of a an issue with DLSS when it first launched, and a significant loss to like visual quality. But artifacting may be a slight concern. Like I said, we have to wait and see. But that's the first thing I've heard on DLSS 3 though, just to say. But yeah, sorry, I just cut you off a little bit, but that's my bad.
Yeah, that's fine. Tech Lab was saying that they mentioned that DLSS 3 was what featured that skipping of the whole CPU bottleneck. Um, Probably, maybe, but like I said, I want to see how it's used and what it does. And then just Chance says, "What's with the new RTX font? Seems very Word document." I agree. It the 4090 on the GPUs and on the boxes looks pretty weird. And I don't know
Oh
if you've
yeah,
seen the
I see what you
Gigabyte.
mean. I didn't notice that. Yeah, that's a
Have
bit
you seen
strange.
the Gigabyte boxes? They have like the little robot on them with the weird 4090 lettering on there. Um,
No, I haven't seen that. Let me try and
yeah, I
find
was gonna
that.
say it looks. I think the presentation took a step back on a lot of stuff, and the design on some of the cards are interesting. And you remember how last week we were talking about what 4090 this could be, the box GPU, and they were
Oh
saying is the
yeah,
MSI Supreme. It's all of them. They all look like a brick.
right.
Um,
Oh,
so it wasn't just one of them. I guess we were right and wrong at the same time.
yeah, I can't
So
quite find that one you're referring to for now though, but I could take a look at
yeah,
that
it's on the
after.
official
Yeah.
gig.
On
Yeah,
the
it's on the
website, is
official
it?
Gigabyte. Yeah,
Let's try and
but
find this. I want to see the little robot.
I'd say I could send you the link in the chat if you want.
Oh yeah, go for it. Well, we'll lose your feed for just a split second, but it won't be very long.
All right, Gigabyte 4090. But was there anything that you liked about the 4090s other than it can warm your house up?
Well, there's that, and then there's also the fact that I was really excited that it was closely tied in with the Portal RTX announcement, which is probably the most exciting thing I saw from the entire event. So I'd be interested to know if they use that as a sort of a what's the best way to describe it? So a sort of title to best highlight the uplift in performance for the 4000 series, because they didn't mention anything about DLSS 3 being a part of Portal RTX. Or I might be mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. Let's take a look at that link. Oh, it hasn't popped up yet. That's fine.
All right. Well, this isn't the one I'm talking about, but here's the Aorus Master. I guess I'll show you all
Oh,
the
it's
three
popping
different
up.
ones. And then this is the one I was talking about. Let's see. So the one I sent you is just the open link in new tab. Jeez.
We having it.
All right, yeah. So go ahead and just so we can see the differences between them. Copy. Did it pop up when you sent it? And then the second one
Oh,
is the actual. The second one's the one I was talking about, the Gigabyte Gaming. I think it looks pretty bad.
everyone's seeing you in the chat like bouncing up and down when I'm checking if I've received that link or not. Let's
Nice.
see if have you sent it over?
No, in the YouTube chat.
Oh right. Oh, it's not appearing for me in the YouTube chat. I'm not sure what's happened there.
Mm.
Uh, are you able to? I don't think you're able to send links as a
Is
not
that
as
Twitch
not.
only?
It might be Twitch only. Yeah. It don't matter. We'll
It
we'll
showed.
find it. We'll find it after. That's fine.
Okay, that's fine
But
then.
yeah. So what's Tech Lab said on here? He said an interesting feature for us was the modding tools to basically remaster any game with AI. It looks awesome, although many may use it to quickly remaster games and charge $60 for it again. Lol. That's an interesting point though. But I thought the whole point with that was that it's better implemented for like the average user to be able to use those tools, or are you expecting a lot of we got that link now. I'll open that up in a second. A lot of developers to be lazy and use those tools just for themselves rather than like the community. It could be that. I thought it was more community based for those mods, but I might be incorrect then because they did it for Morrowind. I think. I'm pretty sure certain it was that one. Brick with funky colors. Nice. Let's find this one now. I've got that link now, so let's open that. Right, we're gonna lose you for a second, Jerry, while we're looking at this.
That's fine. I'm already lost
Okay.
in this.
You've become a GPU now, so it's alright though. Ah, here we go.
I feel like that.
We got you back. It's totally fine. Okay. Let's pull this up. Oh, okay. I see what you mean now, but like the robot thing. So that's a bit funky with
Look,
the RGB design.
yeah, but look at the lettering on the box. I'm not talking about the actual GPU, but like even the 4090 on there looks really
It is very
it's really
plain,
weird.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going with on this, but that's gigabyte for you, I guess.
Save money. Maybe that what it is. That's what it is, perhaps.
The
Uh,
world's tiniest picture too.
yeah. It was on the fly though. We had to improvise a little bit. It's directed at the modding community, but come on, devs are real lazy nowadays. I don't know. Did you ever play the GTA Trilogy? That wasn't lazy at all.
Did you try that?
The GTA Trilogy, yeah, I did.
Yeah, the remastered one. Yeah,
I
yeah, I
got
saw that
burnt.
feature too.
I got burnt on
The
that too
remaster.
hard.
Yeah, see, I like that remastered feature, but I don't know. We'll see. All this AI rasterization, is the image quality gonna really be that good? And if it is, that's pretty cool.
We'd have to
But
wait and see. Uh,
that's the reason why I like AMD a lot better is because the performance is raw power. It's just what you see
exactly.
is what you get.
The one thing I was going to bring up though is DLSS 3 is actually limited to RTX 40 series only at the moment. What do you think about that?
Makes sense. I mean, the only thing I can think of is since it is new architecture, maybe it'll only run on that. But knowing Nvidia, you'll probably be able to unlock it on the 30 series once AMD comes out with something crazy with their, FSR 3.0 or 2.0 or whatever it is they come out with.
Yeah.
Nvidia will be like, "Hey, we figured out how to unlock it on our old cards. Now you
It's
don't need to
almost a
buy a
bit
new
like
one."
what they did with resizable bar as soon as AMD came out with smart access memory. They're like, oh yeah, that's always been a thing. Let's you
Yeah,
guys can have it now. It's fine.
yeah. Hey, we figured it out too. That's crazy. Instantly.
But I would feel I shall feel burned. I own two 3000 series cards that they promise all these high end features for DLSS 2.0 and ray tracing and all that jazz. And then next series comes out, they're like, oh no, off you go. That's it. You're not getting anything else from us, which is a little disappointing. But again, we would need to see some third party benchmarks to see what kind of uplift we're looking at with DLSS 3.0 rather than relying on Nvidia's numbers. But we'll have to wait and see. But I am interested to see if Portal RTX is one of like the first titles they use to implement that. Cyberpunk was another one they mentioned, including that. I'm guessing as well.
I, I was gonna tell you too. How do you feel about them using Cyberpunk as one of their main features to showcase some of their stuff? I know it's making a comeback in the video game industry right now. A lot more people are playing it. I was like, is that really the game you want to use to highlight your card? I was like, a lot of people kind of were sour on it, and I was like, I don't know
Yeah,
what
but
to say.
graphically, it's a bit of a like a
It's
sort of
powerhouse.
like a monument like when it comes to like how powerful a card you need to actually max out that game. Bit of a side note, I'm one of those people that have started playing it again, like properly,
Oh,
but
okay.
on my Steam
So did it
Deck.
work?
It's on my Steam Deck this time though,
Oh, okay. I was gonna say,
and
did that draw you in? Them showcasing the features on Cyberpunk?
no, it was actually because I've been watching the new anime show Ed Runners. You seen anything about that?
I heard about it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, that's it. But it's really
Yeah.
good to be fair.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not typically into anime, but
You're not a what
it's
is it, a
really good.
weeboo?
Was that
What do they call it, a weeboo or something like that?
Weebu? I don't know. I'm not too familiar with that. I'm not
Oh,
too sure.
okay. I guess I'm nerdier than you.
That's my bad. But
Just Chance says he's going to start playing it. He's watching the
nice.
show now. Did how did you feel how did you feel about them showcasing it on Cyberpunk? I don't know, man. I like the when they showed uh, are we gonna talk about Portal?
Oh yeah, I'll talk about Portal. Portal's one of my favorite games, so
Yeah, I
I'm
was just
happy to
saying.
talk about Portal.
I was saying seeing that Portal presentation was awesome. I still never played it, used it for benchmarks, but never actually paid attention to the game. Exactly, same way for me. I just use it for benchmarks. But yeah, that Portal presentation was
This was a
awesome. The graphics were
triumph.
insane. Was that using the AI remastered? If it was, that's insane.
It could be the case, but sorry, you guys just had a little peek of a bit from the Portal, like soundtrack. Hopefully, don't get copyright striked. But yeah, I just got it on stream now just to show everyone how it's looking. But I'm so excited for this. And I'm probably gonna do a full playthrough of this on stream because it's only like 3 hours long, so it's pretty easy to get through like quite fast. But no, I reckon you're gonna have to add this to your benchmark suite, especially like with this new series coming up. Um, and afterwards play Portal 2, just for the hell of it, 'cause it's an amazing game. Um, but I'm really excited about that. It's kind of reminding me of like sort of like Minecraft RTX a little bit. It's giving me that sort of feel. Um, yeah,
I say,
I'm really excited for it.
do you really need DLSS for Portal?
Uh, Maybe with RT, I don't know. That's the thing I'm
Yeah.
interested to see on. But that's why I'm gonna test it out myself. I'll probably do a dedicated video like testing out the performance of it on my 3080. I might be limited if they do use DLSS 3.0. I can't test that out in that case. But the RT itself, I'd still love to actually test out either way, and it gives me an excuse to play what's like one of my favorite games of all time, essentially. Um, Oh, Jess Jans just clarified on Cyberpunk. So she said, awesome show. It was a good ending, but I also hated the ending. Okay. Well, I haven't got that far in yet, so no spoilers at the moment for now. And then maybe we'll touch on it in like another stream if I get through it all. Tech Lab, Portal RTX looks awesome. Huge Half Life / Valve fan, and whenever they do stuff, it's big for us. It's big to us rather. Yeah, I'm a huge Portal fan. I only just played Half Life for the first time a couple of months ago, which sounds really atrocious as a PC gamer, but I was a bit late to the party. But I did it. It's fine. I played all of that on stream as well. That was really fun. Just Chance has never played Portal. Well, again, it's probably really cheap at the moment, and if you already own Portal, it's a free DLC for the RT version, which is really cool. So yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about downloading a separate version if you already had it. But if you haven't got it at all, then obviously just get the main one and you'll be totally fine. Tech Lab, currently playing Half-Life 2 in VR with the new mod, and OMG, it's an indescribable experience. I have seen a lot of stuff posted about this. Have you seen... I don't know if you keep up much with VR at the moment, Jerry. I know you got a headset a couple of months ago. But there's a Half-Life 2 VR mod that's been making the rounds, and Tech Lab's been posting quite a lot about that as well. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've heard about it. I'm definitely interested. I never played Half-Life either, so I figured that'd be a good way to play it. I feel like it should work pretty well with the VR, right? Because don't they got like the a grav gun or something like that?
Oh yeah, that would be good for that one. But I remember I was speaking to someone like not quite Half-Life now, but if going back to Portal, I posted like a clip from Portal when I was streaming it, and someone said, "Oh, when are they gonna do Portal VR?" And I couldn't imagine anything more horrific than Portal
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
virtual
say I
reality.
might die.
You would like have you
There was
like
a
sorry go
I
on.
would say I played a MMO on the headset, and I was on like a three-story building, and I didn't realize like there was a ledge, so I went forward and I jumped off the three stories and I landed, on the ground. And dude, it gave
Nice.
me a heart attack. Yeah,
So
like it really
your stomach was like up here, just like.
yeah, I was like, what the heck? I was like, oh dang, I wasn't expecting that. I was like,
So yeah, for Portal, I would think it'd be 10 times worse because knowing my luck, you'd end up in a Portal loop where you're constantly
yeah,
falling for all eternity, and yeah, you'll just spew your guts up.
you'd be like Loki in one of the movies.
Was like, I've been falling for 30 minutes, something like that. Oh no, not 30 minutes. It's longer than that. I can't remember.
I don't know,
Uh,
Lifetime.
Something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, the Half-Life 2 VR mod looks really interesting. So my VR headset has kind of been gathering dust. I really need to like get to use it again, especially to finish Half-Life Alyx, which I'm still only like halfway through. Um, and also for Beat Saber because I do quite enjoy Beat Saber, especially since I've well, I shouldn't say this on stream, but I've modded it so I can just play any song I want on it. But like I won't.
That's fine.
No one's gonna find out about that. It's a mod. I'm not gonna play them on stream. You know, it's totally fine. But
Hey,
no.
I got two things that are off tangent. One is they made a new NFL game for the VR, which I want to get. You're the
Oh, okay.
quarterback, and you got to throw the football. And then two, since you're talking about music, I did you see that YouTube it has a feature where you can play music from them and you won't get copyrighted. They
I
actually
was
provide
I was a
music
bit
for you.
I was confused about that though because isn't that just YouTube audio library?
Is that is that it? I don't know. And you don't get demonetized.
Yeah, because
Like
I've used music from YouTube for like that since I started the channel. Like my intro
okay.
the intro that I forgot to play at the beginning of the stream, has
Yeah.
a song from
Common theme
YouTube.
now.
Yeah, it has a song from YouTube's audio library. So
Uh,
I was a bit confused about why that's big news. I thought it was because you can use them in YouTube Shorts now and not get demonetized because they've
okay.
introduced monetization for YouTube Shorts, which is like 45-55 split. So YouTube gets 55, you get 45, and you don't have to be in the YouTube Partner Program. I don't think, which
To
is
make money? To make
yeah.
money, you have to have a million views on shorts and 1,000 subs.
Okay, so you would have to be in the YouTube Partner Program then. I must be
Yeah.
misremembering then.
But yeah, there's two different I think there's two different ways to get in now though. Is through the shorts or I
Right.
guess the regular.
How are you like? This wasn't even like scheduled for the stream, but like I'd be interested to know what are you thinking on those changes.
I think it's great. I think again off we're going off tangent, but it's hilarious that YouTube was showing features that you can make more money on YouTube. They also added a if you're not partnered, you can use some of their features as well to make you money, like the super chat
Yeah, I saw
and
that as well. That's cool. So are they
so
looking at
they're
2023 for that?
yeah, I think so next year. But they're showing all these features that, to help out the streamers and help you make more money. And then Twitch came out with the release saying that, hey, you're gonna make less money now for you streamers. We're taking a bigger
I've missed
cut.
that. What did Twitch say?
Um, I think that they're reducing the what was it, 50-50? 50-50?
I
I'm not
think
exactly
so.
sure how much. Yeah, I think they reduced it to like 70-30 or something like that, saying that it costs money to run Twitch, even though they're backed by
No,
Amazon.
no shit.
Yeah, I'll look it up right now. But yeah, and then all the Twitch drama happened too, so it's kind of been a little rough for Twitch, and
Is that
it's
to do
good
with
for
the
YouTube.
gambling issue? Because they've got a lot of streamers that are promoting gambling sites in streams, if I'm
Yeah,
not
it
mistaken.
started it started with that, and then everyone got all the Twitch gamblers got a little sensitive that they were getting called out. So apparently they had some dirt on some other Twitch streamers that were calling them out, saying, "Hey, if you're gonna call me out, make sure you see this." And what is it, Miskiff? Him saying a bunch of slurs and stuff
Oh,
in the private
right.
chat. Yeah,
Fair
so
enough.
it just yeah, it just started getting a little messy. And then obviously that guy that was asking a bunch of streamers and his subs for money, $500,000 he got.
Well, I missed this.
Borrowed.
Why was he asking
That's
his
that's
fans for that much money?
because he's a gambler, so he wanted to keep gambling, I guess. So he got like
Oh,
$500,000, and that's what started all this. And then apparently you can't gamble on certain illegal sites now. Is what ended up happening.
right. I see. Um,
Yeah,
I don't keep up too much with Twitch because obviously I don't go on there like very often. I try to, but like I just forget about it half the time. But they're just not having much luck nowadays, especially because I saw something popped up again about that streamer who did the dirty on stream. Um,
yeah,
trying to keep PG-13 ish. Is that what it's
yeah,
called in the US? I don't know. Um,
the birds and the bees.
yeah, exactly. The spam bot's gonna turn up. You just said it was too much. Birds and bees is too high like for that level.
Okay.
Um, yeah, they kept posting like she did it again, but it was just a different video of the same
Yeah, it
act.
was the same stream.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a whole thing in itself.
And it was a 70-30 split
Seventy
for the
thirty.
subscription. Yeah, for the subs.
Hmm. It's a
So
little that's a little high. Or is it 70 to the
yeah,
streamer? Or am I mixing that up?
yeah. Let's see. July offers. I don't know. Let's just lie and say
No, I don't.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. No, it has to be to Twitch because if how would YouTube be better at 50-50?
Exactly, yeah. That'd be it then.
Yeah,
Just catching up on the chat a second. It's just like we're rewinding a little bit here. So TechLab said, "OMG, you have to play the Half-Life series. Played them all on launch days. Lol. Half-Life 2 VR appears to be them applying the Alex stuff on top of it. It's polished. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So if it's got that same sort of feel as Half-Life Alex and that like level of detail, that's quite appealing to me. Um, yeah. So like just to clarify, I've played all of Half-Life 1 on stream, which was really fun. And then, yeah, Jerry, you'd have to get onto it. Like, how much is Half Life nowadays? It's like pennies, I
too
guess.
much.
I'm not too sure. But I still need to get through all of Half Life 2. Like, I'm a little bit behind. But Portal is the one for me that kind of like tickles my fancy the most. I just love that game. Like the story, the gameplay, obviously, and the humor of it is just like out of this world. I just did a replay of Portal 2 on my Steam Deck about 3 weeks ago, and it was so good. Like I forget how good Stephen Merchant is in that game. Is he a big actor over the US for yourself? Do you know Stephen
I
Merchant?
don't, no, I don't know who that is.
Have you seen? Is the guy who co-created The Office in the UK? He's one of those,
Okay.
and he was in Logan. Do you see that one? The last ever Hugh Jackman Wolverine film. Do you see that one?
He was in Logan. Yeah, I saw Logan.
You know
Uh,
the Caliban?
the vampire.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay, that's not a lot of help because he looked like a vampire. But
I don't
okay.
know. If I told you the films he's been in, you'd probably be like, ah, that's it. So he's in a load of random. He's in a lot of random British stuff, essentially. But
Okay.
yeah, but he's the voice of a robot in Portal 2, which is pretty cool. Uh, Tech Lab on here, so he said a couple of quid. Okay, so that's about what I expect for Half Life now. I skipped the others. I just haven't got around to playing like the actual like episodes yet. I've only played like the main ones. I've got every single Half Life. I just need to play them. Essentially, I've even got Black Mesa, which is the fan made remaster of Half Life, which I'm quite interested to give it a go now that I've played through the main original one, which would be pretty cool. But yeah, Jerry, we got a lot to do. We got a lot of games to play. There's too many games to play
Yeah.
nowadays.
Are they gonna make a full life one day
No, no way.
or just
There,
life?
there's no way. It's too much.
just a just a life. And then
It.
speaking of too much games to play, the Modern Warfare 2 beta is coming out. I know
Oh,
probably
nice.
everyone watching this doesn't care about that, but it comes out tomorrow, and I'll probably be streaming that for the next 4 days.
Oh.
Just
Is that how long it's going
actually,
on for? 4 days.
yeah. The private beta is for people who pre-order it on PC. Pretty much anyone that pre-orders it for the next 2 days, and then for the weekend they're gonna have it for everyone.
Oh, nice. That sounds good. So you're gonna stream it every day for the 4 days, or like a couple?
I'm I'm gonna try to do it every day.
Nice.
Just
And when that comes out, like officially, is that something you're gonna abandon Vanguard?
oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Sorry, tying
I,
into games though. There's a game I'm very excited to play, just to just to throw it out there, and that is, I'll bring it up on here, the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, which is coming to PC on October 9th, 19th rather. Um, so yeah, I'm back in the day. I was quite a big fan of Uncharted, and I did play Uncharted 4 on PS4 back when it first came out. But yeah, as we see on here, so if I go for this article a little bit more. After leaks and
wow.
more leaks, like a trail of clues that Nathan Drake himself would have no trouble following, it is finally confirmed the long-awaited PC port of Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection has now got an official launch date, and it's the one that has been previously leaked by Epic Games Store. We can expect the Naughty Dog Collection to appear on PC on October 19th via Steam and Epic. So, obviously, this was like, I was really shocked how long ago they actually announced this game. And it's just they didn't announce anything about it. Like they actually announced God of War and Spider Man, and released them in the space of time that they announced this game, which is a bit crazy. But yeah, so they finally announced a launch date for this, and I'm hyped. This is one of the most excited PC ports besides Returnal, but like I'm already in like a despair regarding that anyway at the moment. Um,
Hey, that PlayStation showing sucked.
except for God of
That
War, that was
PlayStation
the only
showing,
thing that was good.
yeah, and it was at the end. But yeah,
Yeah.
go on.
But yeah, so this is the one I'm the most excited for that is officially announced. So yeah, it's one of those games. Like I played this when I first got a PS4 back in the day, and like it was absolutely unreal. It was one of those games that I would boot up on my PlayStation 4, and my PlayStation would just like boot up like a jet engine and go insane.
Uh,
But I'm excited to see how it translates to PC, and that would be one. I'm probably gonna do a dedicated video on that. I'd be quite interested to do, like I did for like the Spider-Man release and stuff like that. And also, I'm really interested to see how it performs on Steam Deck, because I have a
yeah,
feeling it's gonna be a bit of a. Actually, I don't know, because it's gonna use FSR. That's gonna give it a bit of a leg up. So I reckon you could at least aim for like 40 hertz on it, which would be somewhat reasonable given like like the specs for this game. Which I should clarify, it may actually include the specs you need, like the recommended specs.
yeah. I see the
Uh,
features on here. I can check to see if the recommended specs are on here. Oh yeah,
uh,
it's on the bottom.
is it got the
Let's
specs?
see. Yeah, it says there's support. Well, hold on.
I mean, like the
It said,
Oh, here we go. I got it. I can
yeah,
see it. Uh, give me those specs. Ah, here we go. I got it. Nice. Okay. So based on the specs that they're recommending, like if we're looking at like what the Steam Deck could achieve, I reckon it's pretty doable when they're like saying like for 720p 30 FPS, you're looking at like an i5 4330 and a 12100 for CPU, and a 960 and an R9 290X for that level of performance. So somewhat reasonable. And I don't know whether they bear in mind anything like any sort of upscalers for this, like for these settings at all. Um, but yeah, I'll be interested to test it at this like sort of like level on like the minimum for like 720p 30 on the Steam Deck, and then on the very far end for 4K 60 FPS Ultra when I test on my desktop then as well. Um, but I'm really quite excited for this one, and like taking a look at the chat, it does seem like there's a bit of buzz, especially for this one. Like Just Chance said he's interested in this, and also TechLab said they should have released all of the Uncharted games to PC. I have to play from the beginning every time and can't be asked to buy another PlayStation. That is the one thing that's a little annoying. They didn't bring out 1 to 3 as well. But I think that's kind of like they were somewhat limited in the fact that the PlayStation 3's hardware was so like unique and archaic that porting games over from that hardware has been so challenging for them. That's the reason why there's a lot of issues with backward compatibility on the PlayStation 4. It's because of how unusually designed the PlayStation 3 was. Um, Random fact: did you know that the U.S. military used PlayStation 3s for their like networking? Did you ever hear about that story?
yeah. I watched a documentary on the PS3, which is pretty interesting. If I find it, I'll send it to you in the Discord one day. But yeah, they were talking about how advanced the PS3 was for what it was. It's just no one knew how to use it really.
It was
Like
very
the
difficult
developers.
to develop games for. I think
Yeah.
was the main gist. But I can't remember what exactly the U.S. military was using them for. But they had hundreds of PlayStation 3s that got bricked. Well, they didn't get bricked, but they couldn't
I
use them anymore because there was a software update that stopped them from using it for its main function for whatever they used it for.
I think some kind of simulator or something with drones. One
Ah,
of the
right. That
two.
would make sense. Right. Hmm.
And just because of the raw power it had, I guess. But yeah,
Could be to do with
I
that. But that's the reason why they haven't ported over many games from there, especially games like Red Dead Redemption One has been one of the big challenges for that one as well. Um, but what are you thinking on it? Are you? I already know what the answer to this question is going to be, but like Jerry, will you play Uncharted on PC?
Maybe. I saw that if you pre-order it on Epic, you get a Scully seaplane for Fortnite. So,
Oh, okay. Fair enough then.
but
Um,
I played Uncharted 4, like a quarter of it, and that was pretty
okay.
fun. That was nice. But I don't think I'll play it, honestly. I'm like,
Oh, okay. That wasn't the response I was expecting. I thought you were gonna say like you're gonna wait on a sale.
yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I remember playing it and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of Gears of War. Because you could hide behind cover and stuff, and you run.
Isn't that quite a common feature of most third-person shooters though, to be able to go prone? I would I would think. I don't know.
Not a maybe now, but once upon a time, not really.
Okay, well, maybe I'm like uh taking it for granted a little bit as like a gameplay mechanic. I'm guessing. Um, but no, I'm quite keen on it. Speaking of Gears of War, I've never played Gears of War. Is that one I need to get
Huh,
into?
see, um, I think by now, if you haven't played it, you're fine. But 1 to 3 had a really good story. Um,
Okay,
and yeah, they have remasters and all that stuff too. If you have Game Pass, maybe try it out. But
I actually own Gears 5, but I just haven't got around to booting it up. Would that be one?
yeah,
Could I start with Gears 5 without playing any other ones?
kinda you can, but you won't really like know some of the lore stuff, and that one doesn't have the best story either.
Okay, all right, it might be
Yeah,
that
so
then. But something to think about.
yeah.
Uh,
And then did you watch the Uncharted movie?
yeah, I did. I was really conflicted on it. What did you think of it?
As someone that never played the Uncharted series, it wasn't too bad. I actually went I watched it while on a like a 3-hour trip, so it was even better.
Nice.
So I liked it for that. And I was also looking for somewhere, so it kind of fit the whole exploration detail. But I didn't think it was too bad. But I don't know if maybe it wasn't like the video games at all. Is probably what people don't like about it.
I think the very like towards the end it got very Uncharted with like the sort of third act. But I enjoyed it though. But it did get
Yeah, I
slagged
like
off quite a lot. People just love slagging off Mark Wahlberg, but I think he's great. I quite
Sounds
like him.
crazy. Yeah,
Um,
I like Mark Wahlberg too. Tom Holland wasn't too bad either.
I think at this rate, people know what you're gonna get out of Tom Holland in a film, though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he pretty much looked
So
like Spider-Man without webs. It's kind
yeah,
of what we're watching.
that was
The
pretty
part
much
where he's
it,
jumping
though.
from like crate to crate. I was like, it's kind of Spider-Man issue right here.
That's it. But that's like a shot-for-shot recreation from an
Yeah,
Uncharted game. I can't remember which one it was now.
I figured. When they showed it in the trailer, I'm like, I think I kind of know what they're trying to do here.
But that was the kind of thing they did. They combined a lot of things from the games into one. So like they didn't necessarily happen in sequence in the games, but they just included it because it was all the badass shots they wanted to get in in there. Like,
Yeah.
no, I enjoyed it. I thought
Seeing
it
it,
was good.
I say seeing Antonio Banderas was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to see him in the movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in it.
Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
villain. Yeah, so just
Yeah, I'd probably give it a rewatch. It was one of those films I'd watch it in cinema. I'd be like, you know what? If I was bored one night and I saw it pop up on Netflix, I'd be like, I'll give that a shot.
yeah. I'd give it a 7 or a B if we're gonna grade it.
Not bad. I can get
At
on board with that. I give it the same.
at least it's not bad watching it once. And if you never watch it again, then you're not missing out like too
Yeah.
much.
Like, do you know my favorite Mark Wahlberg film?
The other guys.
No, that's a good shout though. That is a really good film. But
Yeah,
no, my favorite Mark Wahlberg film is Ted.
Ted.
I'm a sucker
That,
for
yeah,
Ted. I think it's great.
that's a good one too.
Uh,
Uh, yeah,
I did
I'd
watch
probably
I
say.
watched Deepwater Horizon for the first time the other day. Actually,
Oh, you know what's my favorite Mark Wahlberg film? He
go for
might
it.
not be the main character in it. The Departed.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen The Departed.
No,
No,
that's
that'd be one
probably
to
one of
check
my
out.
favorite movies. Yeah, dude, it's a great movie. Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon are like the main characters, and Jack Nicholson, pretty much. But Mark Wahlberg plays a big part in it. So yeah, I'd recommend
Hmm.
checking that out.
I wouldn't mind having a look at that one. What about the? I haven't seen it, but didn't he do the Max Payne film, which was like universally panned?
I never seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I never seen it either. Sounds
I heard
terrible.
it was awful.
Video game, yeah, video game adaptations are pretty bad. So I heard the new
uh,
Mario movie's gonna suck too. We kind of talked about that, but
yeah, so like, well, we can clarify it on stream a bit, but like, I think there was some sort of test screening of the Super Mario film they're doing with Chris Pratt, which it sounds a bit weird to say. And since that screening, Nintendo has basically begun their own like film uh, distribution, which doesn't really point to that film being that good.
yeah,
Uh,
not a
I
good
wasn't really
choice.
that interested in a Super Mario film, if I'm being totally honest.
Last
But
Hitman movie was good. Just Chance says that was okay.
was he in Hitman?
No, he's saying the last Hitman movie it was good.
Oh, you
Mark
mean like
Wahlberg would make a
like
terrible.
game films? Is that what
Yeah,
he's?
yeah,
Ah, right. I see.
yeah.
I was like, was
He-
Mark Wahlberg in that?
He'd make a terrible assassin because everyone would be like, "Is that Mark Wahlberg? Why is he bald?"
Like, what's that guy with a Boston accent doing? What's he?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know. But I like Mark Wahlberg. I think he's a good guy. You know, he's funny at
yeah.
times.
I didn't
But
really like the Transformers movie.
oh yeah, he
The
was in
new
that. I don't. I haven't seen any Transformer film since like the first one back in like 2007. But I don't know. But tying back to the Uncharted game though, I am pretty stoked on this release coming up next month now. Yeah, literally less than a month to go, and I think tying back as you mentioned about that Sony State of Play last week. Yeah, I was so downtrodden. Yet again, Sony has disappointed me by not giving me like an ounce of hope for Returnal on PC. I shouldn't do it to myself. It's just too too bad.
they're just gonna release it and not tell
I
you.
feel like they could though, because I don't think they need that much. It sounds really bad for a game that I'm not excited about, but Returnal is a really niche kind of game. Like roguelikes don't have that much appeal to all gamers, but for PC gamers, I think it does. So they could probably pretty easily drop that at like a moment's notice and be like, "Oh yeah, this thing's coming like in a couple of weeks." And they're like, "Sweet, there we go."
I was
Um,
I was gonna ask you, did you hear about Babylon's Fall? Anyone hear about that game?
I did hear about it, but I've never heard of that game before. So they basically launched the game like a year or two ago, and now they're already like terminating it as a live service. Is that correct?
I think they're giving the game away for free in some video game stores in the UK. That's why I was asking if you heard
Oh
about
right,
it.
no, I wouldn't have seen that, but it's a bit weird on that one. But I thought they were ending the game as a whole, despite the fact people
Are they
paid
doing
full
that too?
price for it like very recently.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, they're giving it away for free at some stores 7 hours ago. Yeah, I guess it'll end service in February. Huh.
Yeah, that's why I saw people kicking off
It's
about the fact that it came out so like not very long ago, but yet it's not going to be like a thing anymore, essentially.
yeah. Huh. It says at Curry's they're selling copies for 15 euros. At one point, the game boasted a single concurrent player on stream.
Whoa.
Jeez, his player was everyone at.
Didn't that happen to Battlefield 2042?
Yeah. Oh, and I guess at GameStop, they're giving it away. Battlefield, I think it just got a. There was only one player playing. It just got a resurgence. I think it's very popular right now.
No, this was a couple of months ago. This happened. I think this was when it was in. It's
Okay.
like it was in like the peak,
It's
uh
it's a terrible stage.
yeah. Just put it lightly. I think that was what it was. Um, I don't, but yeah, I think like that has picked up popularity now as they've patched it over time. Like Cyberpunk has over time now because it's like the most players since launch for Cyberpunk now. I think. Obviously that's closely tied in with the fact that the TV show is so well received. So there's probably a lot of new players jumping in as well. But yeah, I thought I was thinking for Battlefield where they said like yeah the like the amount of people playing was extremely low that they were struggling to fill servers potentially. But
Oh, that's bad. It's kind of how Halo is too. Halo Infinite, they had a new playlist of Big Team Battle, and
right.
I guess people in Brazil and that area were having trouble filling up servers. So some people were complaining that their ping was pretty bad because it would join them in the Brazilian servers or,
Right.
areas I guess that they thought were near. So that was kind of an issue too. Yeah, Halo's not doing so well right now, unfortunately.
And I'm imagining that's very heartbreaking for such a big Halo fan as yourself.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I still play it though, and I joined servers fine actually. My playlist was awesome. I had no lag, nothing like that. But whatever, that sucks for everyone else. And I also saw a leak of a Forge. Someone made a Toy Story map, and
I saw that. I thought that was pretty cool, to be
yeah,
fair.
it looks sick. Yeah, so I can't wait to try that out in November, whenever that comes out. But I guess let's finish up the Uncharted thing, huh? Because
Well, I don't
sorry.
really have too much to really add to it, to be totally honest. But like,
Oh,
I'm really
okay.
excited. This doesn't really help that I haven't even finished my backlog of games anyway, so it's just another game to add to that pack, like that just ever growing pile. But like, I finished God of War at least. I haven't finished Spider Man, but I finished that years ago anyway, so I'm not in a rush for that. But I am excited to get onto it though. But the one thing I am really like blown away by, and there's a lot of things to consider for this next story. And if I bring it up on here now, and that is Grand Theft Auto 6 footage leaked after hack, developer Rockstar confirms. So if you were basically on the internet Sunday, you would have seen this huge leak that came out, which is probably the biggest gaming leak in history, I would pretty much say. So it clarifies in this article. So it says more than 90 videos and images from the next edition of the Grand Theft Auto franchise has been leaked online by a hacker, the game's developer says. The leaked content was posted on Sunday after what has been described as one of the biggest security breaches. Rockstar Games said it remained unclear how the network intrusion occurred, but confirmed early development footage from GTA 6 had been stolen. The footage was put on the GTA 4 site by a user called Teapot Tuber Hacker. Okay, I thought he was just called Teapot,
Uber,
but I don't know.
Tupac Uber hacker.
Yeah, that's it. The hacker claimed to have gained access to the data by breaching Rockstar's internal feed on the Slack messaging app and invited executives to negotiate to avoid further leaks. Additional revelations could include source code, assets, and testing bills from both GTA 5 and GTA 6, which could be damaging to the company's operations. While the original post has since been removed by moderators, it has been spread widely on social media. Rockstar has reportedly issued takedown orders to remove the footage from YouTube and Twitter. The footage showed animation tests, level layouts, and some gameplay demonstrations, and it appeared to confirm a long-running rumor that the game will feature the series' first playable female protagonist. Now, I'm not going to go too much further into this article, so I don't want to give like spoilers in the stream. And for the life of me, I'm definitely not going to show anything from the leaks because I quite like having a YouTube channel. I don't know about you guys, but like if I show anything on my channel,
Do it,
it's so
do
long for
it.
me. PC Jack will be destroyed. um,
Uh, there was an update. I guess the guy was 16 years old.
Now I did hear there's reports that he's tied in with this Lapsus, a hacker group which is based in the UK, I think.
Hmm.
And yes, yeah, so he's like a 16-year-old hacker that's reportedly been involved with the Uber hack, which happened about a week or two ago, I think.
Oh yeah, that
And
too. FBI
they
was involved.
that's it, yeah. And they actually hacked Nvidia a couple of months ago as well. I think was
Are
that what? No, that
they,
wasn't when
wait,
they
wait,
leaked
they're the
the. Was that one?
LHR. Is that they're part of the
Yeah,
LHR leak? Oh,
Lapsus was
that's great.
involved with that one. But yeah, so what I found really crazy about this was that he was posting stuff regarding the leak, and he said, "Oh, this the leak went unexpectedly viral."
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
It's
Well, that
Grand
was just
Theft
a thing.
Auto. Of course, it's gonna go
Yeah,
viral.
yeah. The two things that made me laugh were, well, his claim to innocence was that he didn't think he was gonna go viral, and then your name is Teapot Uber Hacker. It's kind of hard to say that you're innocent.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
What'd you
So
think of
I
the
don't
gameplay?
uh I want to speak about it but very lightly because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone that didn't see it and is trying to avoid
What's there to
spoilers.
spoil?
But I thought it was quite funny that a Rockstar prototype of a game looks better than a released Saints Row,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah. I was gonna say,
But
people were complaining that it looked unfinished, and
well,
that
you're right. It is unfinished.
yeah,
That's the point.
that it looked pretty. It looked pretty crappy. And honestly, I thought it looked pretty good for
Same.
what it yeah, for what it was. I was actually kind of impressed because it didn't look glitchy at all, like what they were showing.
Obviously, it was a bit
Like
difficult to
obviously,
decipher certain stuff because they had a lot of debug readouts on screen, and so like there was I did notice some bits where there was like missing assets and stuff like that. Um,
yeah, oh yeah, a lot of
but
textures
that's the
weren't
point.
smooth.
It's a prototype build, and we also don't know how old that build is. So it
Exactly.
could have been from like 2 years ago. We have no idea.
But
Um,
I have
Go on.
tested some games that were developed and that were coming out a lot sooner than this game was, and they looked a lot worse than that.
Well, that's
Pretty
saying
much
something in
like
itself.
yeah, everything was gray, purple, and green. So am I? Nah, I don't think I'm allowed to say it. I don't even know if
Uh,
the game came out
don't
yet.
don't
Yeah,
risk it. I
but
know the I know what you're
yeah,
talking about, but it's not out yet, so
yeah,
we can't say
okay,
anything. Um,
yeah, but it was all purple, gray, and green, and it's coming out fairly soon. So it's kind of I thought that's why I said I was impressed by the Grand Theft Auto 6 leak because the trees look nice, the car looked nice.
the
They
character
might have been
models look
glide.
nice. I thought.
Yeah, when they were like looking around, it wasn't like glitching or anything. It wasn't really like
Hmm.
sticking or nothing. It looked fairly smooth. So I don't know. People are crazy.
But that's I think that's where it's come about now that people really don't understand how video game development works. I don't.
Yeah,
I know nothing about developing video games, but I can appreciate that they're not going to have it looking spotless in a prototype. That's the whole point. And the one thing I do like that a lot of video game developers on Twitter have been sharing early builds of their games. So Insomniac shared an early build of Spider-Man, the most recent one before it was finalized, and like New York was literally just like grey blocks. That's it. I saw one for Sea of Thieves where they literally look like just like Tic Tacs, like the character
yeah.
models. There's that. Um, what's the other
They
ones I
look
saw?
like
I think
Fall
there's one for
Guys.
Uncharted as well. I saw. Did you see another one?
No, I'm just saying the Sea of Thieves characters probably look like Fall Guys.
Yeah, it's literally just like that. But yeah, but the fact this is definitely one of the biggest leaks I have ever seen, and the amount of data that was stolen is quite incredible. Like they had
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
photos, videos. I think they had something. It was something like 3 or 4 gigabytes of footage, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for this kind of content, that is a lot of
yeah.
data to have lost.
Normally we just
Um,
get a screenshot.
yeah, it's literally
Yeah,
usually something like that. But like the one thing I thought was really interesting after was the fact that he was actually putting the source code for GTA 5 and GTA 6 on the black market,
yeah.
and
I
there
was
was a report of someone paid $100,000 for
for that
GTA
code.
5, I think it was, and it turned out that it didn't go to the account the account for the hacker. So someone spent 100K on nothing, which is
Yeah,
bonkers.
yeah. Yeah. I was gonna tell you, or I was wondering at first why it looks so why this was bad for GTA 6. I know they were saying that people were complaining, but I was like, well, this to me it seemed like it was a good stunt. You got to see the game that it's gonna be a nice game. Yeah, maybe some spoilers were revealed that you don't want coming out, but I was like, honestly, this is a good move. But then I saw that they had that code, and I guess that's where the bad
Yeah,
the badness
the
comes because
the
modders and hackers,
that's the big issue
they
with
can
like like specifically for like networking because that's obviously a lot of that is tied in with the actual source code. So if they can't if they have that like leaked out, then that leaves them open to so many like network
yeah,
insecurities that it would just be an
more
absolute
broken.
nightmare to even have anyone like logged remotely into that game whatsoever. So that was the main concern I think it was for the source code. But like Rockstar did actually come out with a statement. I should actually pull that up. I'll try and find the statement on Twitter now, where they've actually acknowledged the leak. So I'll try and find that a second now. But like overall, how are you guys feeling about this leak or just GTA 6 in general? I know a lot of people are like, oh, I was kind of like they say like, oh, it was
Just
deserved because of how much they've kind of milked us over years. But
yeah.
I still think it was quite a bad move specifically. Um,
I said we got someone in
so
the chat saying just chance. He said if Alpha GTA looks like that, we are in for a mental good game.
Absolutely, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Um, but look at how long it took to develop Red Dead Redemption 2. I think that took 8 years. Now, my only gripe was the some of the more troublesome decisions that maybe not Rockstar but Take Two have certainly made over the years. GTA Trilogy is one example of those things that they've kind of taken the mick with, and also the fact that they've milked GTA Online for all that it's worth is a little more concerning. Uh, but it doesn't mean that people are entitled to a game, basically. And for a
Yeah.
game like this, you want it to be like spotless. You want it to be absolutely perfect. They've got a lot to live up to, considering GTA 5 is still one of the most popular games of all time. I think it's up there
Are
with
you
like
gonna purchase?
Minecraft and Fortnite, basically.
Yeah, I agree.
um,
Are you gonna purchase GTA 6?
it depends. Obviously, on reviews, I would like to see reviews first. But also, didn't GTA 5 come out 2 years later on PC? So could we see the same
Oh,
thing for
that's
GTA
true.
6?
That's true. I wouldn't buy it for a. I don't even have a PS5 or a Series X, so I definitely won't buy it on that.
If it came to PC day
Um,
one, then maybe. But again, it would depend on the actual reviews as well. Although I'd be very surprised if GTA 6 didn't live up to the hype. Just putting it out there.
yeah.
But here we go. So this is the statement that Rockstar put out after the leak. So they said, we've recently suffered a network intrusion in which an unauthorized third party illegally accessed and downloaded confidential information from our systems, including early development footage for the next Grand Theft Auto. At this time, we do not anticipate any disruption to our live game services, nor any long-term effect on the development of our ongoing projects. That is really interesting. I was expecting there may have been like a delay based on like what happened, but they don't seem to have any concerns about that delay like happening at all, which is good to know. That could change over time, though. Of course, like we can't really predict that. We are extremely disappointed to have any details of our next game shared with you all in this way. Our work on the next Grand Theft Auto game will continue as planned, and we remain as committed as ever to delivering an experience to you, our players, that truly exceeds your expectations. We'll update everyone again soon, and of course, we'll properly introduce you to this next game when it is ready. We want to thank everyone for their ongoing support through the situation. So, it's been pretty open there. Whether they don't delay it remains to be seen, but you never know. Like we'd have to see what happens with that. But the general outpouring of support from like the online community seems to be all in the favor of like how Rockstar have been uh sort of like knocked over a little bit, like a bit of it's a bit of a morale debooster to have people take your hard work and judge it before it's actually ready for public consumption, because people are going to misinterpret it without your hand in like carefully introducing it to everyone, essentially. Um, but yeah, I just can't believe how big this was. Literally, it's
That's what she
literally
said.
damn. Oh, you're the second person to get me on stream in less than a week. I think did you see?
Nice.
I think you tuned into my build stream a bit late last week, wasn't it? So you might have missed something that
Yeah.
popped up.
You were streaming at the same time as the Modern Warfare 2 reveal. But
Ah, that's what it was. Yeah, someone like it's on the VOD, but someone came in with a questionable name. They're like, if you're in the habit of reading questions on stream, you would go, okay, so I would go, just chance. Yeah, I'll buy GTA 6 when it comes to PC. So you read out the name generally quite a lot. So if I were to say the name in reverse order, so it's spelled come as in like COME, uh, swallow, and then I as in like EYE.
okay.
You can put that forward and think what happened when you see that name pop up.
Nice.
So I kind of
Did, did the
got
bot
caught
pop
out.
up?
Nope, surprisingly not. I was quite surprised, but I didn't get demonetized for it, which is even better.
How did you like how that stream went?
uh, it was good. I quite enjoyed it. It was interesting because it was a little bit of figuring things out because I'd never done that sort of stream before. My biggest gripe, and well, actually, there's two gripes. Someone else mentioned the fact that maybe the web, like I've got a C920 for my main webcam, and then I've got a second one which is a I can't remember what it is now, but it's not as good. It's a bit of a cheaper webcam that it only does like 720p, and I use that one. So like when Jerry sees my face in our Discord call, he's looking at the poor webcam, and I saved the good one for you guys. But I used both in the stream. So I had a long shot, like wide, like kind of like a wide shot, with my good webcam, where you can see myself and the PC like from the side, and then I had the other webcam set up as a sort of bird's eye view over the top of the system, which made it a bit easier to actually see inside. Because it wasn't the best webcam, it wasn't the best quality essentially. But I can fix that around. I can swap that over for the next time. And then the only other thing I had a problem with was getting my audio quite where I wanted it to be, because I didn't want to be stuck using my condenser mic in a build video, because you're kind of limited in how where you can be. You could set it up as like an overhead thing, but it's not going to sound great. You're going to pick up a lot of background noise with that as well then, because they really do need to be like this close. A lav mic would have sorted that out, but I don't have a lav mic, so I used it's the Fine Key. I can't remember what it's called now. It's a Fine headset I had a couple of months ago, which has a really good built-in mic on it. Well, built-in. It's a detachable mic, but the quality of the mic is really good. The only problem is it's a wired headset, so I'm a little tethered at that point. And also, I think the levels were a little too high, and I deafened. I nearly deafened a guy in the stream when I went like
Oh,
I think I can't. I might like install like a cable correctly and let out like a yes, but it came out like very high, and it was a bit difficult to manage because obviously I'm paying attention to the build, not so much to my sound levels. So it was a good stream. I enjoyed it, and like we got a few people stop by that seem to enjoy it as well. But it's just good to know what I'll need to fix for next time, if that makes sense. Would that be something you'd ever do, like some sort of like PC building work on stream?
I believe so. I mean, not anytime soon, but it'd be nice.
Hmm.
Um, maybe live stream, maybe upload. I don't know. Definitely, I'll do upload ones, especially with my cousin's computer coming up.
How is that
But
coming along now?
not too bad. We're just waiting for him to buy parts. No rush.
Nice, that's cool.
Yeah, so
But
we got some extra RAM to use until I don't know. We'll see how that goes. We have extra parts lying around for him. We're like, if you want us to build it with the parts lying around, and then you could just buy the parts you want and send it back to because he's in California and send the parts back to us once you upgrade it. You could always do that too.
oh, nice. So are you gonna build the whole thing for him, and then you're gonna take it across
Ship it out.
country? Is it? Oh, you're gonna ship it
Yeah.
out. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, we'll
That
do
could have been a
that.
video in itself, like a road trip to California to deliver a PC.
That'd be cool too. It'd probably come out to the same amount of money though with gas.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that might be the one challenge on there anyway.
Yeah. But that would be cool. But yeah, I just told them like, well, what you're paying shipping is like what I would have charged you to build it anyways, like because I'm not gonna charge them anything to build it, you
Okay,
know.
that's a good move.
That's
I
like
get on board with that.
$100, yeah. I'm like, that's like the minimum you'll pay for someone to help you with your PC. So I was like,
Yeah,
I guess that's the price you'll pay.
and you get content out of it as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's why too. And he's fine with that. And obviously I shouted him out in my last video that I did that, so that'd be fun.
That's cool. But yeah. So closing things out for GTA though. Uh, I'm not sure if there's been many more developments on this, but basically they have locked it down now, and they have taken down a lot of the DMCA content for the game. And yeah, like I said, you could probably find it somewhere. I'm not going to share it on stream because I quite like having a YouTube
Your
channel.
channel.
But like I said, I wouldn't personally go and see it unless you're like really interested and don't mind like seeing some like what could be spoilers. But like obviously, just remember you're not seeing the final product if you do go out and like seek it for yourself. So I would personally wait if I was in that position.
Yeah.
I saw it
If you
first.
played
So go on.
if you play GTA 5, then you're not missing anything.
Yeah, you're right there. But it was literally the very first thing I saw when I woke up on Sunday morning was that on Twitter, and I didn't quite believe it was real. So I was kind of like, oh okay, fair enough. It seems like someone's just like chucked them together, and then suddenly like the whole like internet just exploded with like mayhem just after all that happened. I was like, oh, maybe it is real. But
I'm still trying to figure out what kind of friends we are on Twitter. I don't know
what does that
exactly
mean?
what kind of I don't know what kind of content to send you sometimes.
That's fair. You can test my limits a little bit. You'd be quite surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
maybe not to like show on the stream. That would be little too
no,
far. But
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. I just say no. Just on that regard. But we'll see. Because I do send you some stuff on there sometimes. Nothing crazy. Just
nothing too
I don't know.
outlandish, you know. But like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, I'm not gonna
I
show you like someone stepping on a mine. you know?
that'd be a little bit weird if we're going back into the
Yeah.
days of that sort of like content. You know, I remember the
Yeah.
days when it'd be
No,
like
I know.
the I don't know the best way to describe these without like going too far, but like the some of the like more outlandish content that people would post. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna finish the title of it, but like two girls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. That kind of stuff when that popped out. Yeah, as long as you're not sending me stuff like that, I don't really care. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm not trying to desensitize you or anything. But
Nah, it's totally fine.
yeah. But I it's just that's a interesting boundary too I try to figure out. But I don't know.
Test it
I
out.
think
You might be surprised.
yeah.
but
I just send you stuff I think you might like. Just that might interest you. So that's why.
yeah, I like some random stuff on Twitter. Like my one of my favorite Twitter pages currently is someone's put up a Twitter page for their hamster, and their hamster likes to punch them every time they come out to see them.
Nice.
So it's
My
great. So
dog
like,
my
you
dog
do
punches me when I lift her up in the air.
oh, that sounds. Your dog's pretty small though, so lifting her up in the air is probably like if someone held you up
Yes.
like about like 60 foot, you'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah, I think she's scared and wants me to put her down, but yeah, she punches me.
That's fair. I don't get the same thing. I get like scratched by my cats. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I have noticed because I've got a tattoo on my wrist, and there's a white line through the middle of it. It's probably not going to show up on the webcam, which is literally like a scar from getting scrammed. So he's already messed up one of my tattoos by scramming me, which is not very good. But
Dang.
yeah, what can you do? Eh?
Custom made.
That's what it's like for animals, you know. But yeah, before we close things out, though, is there anything else you want to touch upon before we roll out the red carpet? You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What video was it where that guy I forgot what I even took I commented about. Was it about EVGA? Oh yeah, he said that EVGA is a terrible company. I guess since we talked about EVGA.
who was there?
I don't know, some random commenter on your YouTube. And I was
What's this?
oh, he was complaining about his he said the EVGA loyalty program Q. He said over a year ago he joined.
Which video is this on my most recent video?
Yeah, on your news update.
I haven't seen this.
Oh no, I sent it to you in the Discord. Yeah, well,
Oh, I
he
missed
said that
that. There's 19
yeah, he said
replies. Take a look.
yeah,
I
he
don't want
said
to
that
like.
he says that
Look.
EVGA is a terrible company and he it makes sense that
Oh, so this guy.
they went down.
So I promised myself not to buy an EVGA card. This is the first comment I saw that I replied to, and I just said haven't heard much on their loyalty queues, but it sounds pretty sketch. Not very
Yeah, that guy.
invested. Response. So he said they never announced to their loyal customers that they were going to do then. Queues would open without any notification. The queues would close after 5 minutes, clearly made just for bots. The queues were promised just to be open for 24 hours for loyal customers only. Fake in brackets. I entered a year ago for a card and was never notified it was my turn. And many more elements to this story not worth remembering. EVJ doesn't deserve to be selling GPUs if you ask me. Now, I have a thing. Like, I went to the. I don't know if it's the same thing as it is in the UK, but I signed up for the EVGA.
The
What queue
Q
is it?
system.
Yeah, I didn't get a notification at all for either a 3070 or a 3080. I don't know if that's like
Well,
quite tied in with the same thing on this. But let me keep going through
yeah.
the comments. I've never seen these. They didn't pop up for me.
Yeah.
I didn't get a notification.
Yeah,
Um,
YouTube's weird like that. It won't pop up sometimes on your like how it shows the bell on your actual YouTube page, but it'll pop up on your YouTube studio. But then when I click
oh,
on the
okay.
link, it won't send me to the video. So I gotta like try to figure out what video this is to.
Maybe it's because it's conversation between two people that doesn't include myself. Because you're tagging each other in these comments. Maybe that's why.
Well, I've had some people ask me questions, and I see the question on the YouTube studio, but when I click on it or I click on my YouTube app, it doesn't pop up, and I can't find it. And I gotta guess
Okay.
which video it is. And when they're GPU questions, I have a bunch of
Well, let me
GPUs.
let me go through these because I haven't read any of
Yeah,
these yet.
sure.
So you
Yeah.
said
I responded to the guy.
so if you reserved a spot a year ago, by the time your number came in, they already had stock in at a frequent rate. Not the case. That's a very brief response, but okay. Uh, funny how you think you can have an opinion. What? Funny how you think you can have
Yeah.
an opinion on an experience foreign to you. Come to my house. I'll show you all screenshots, emails, and queue systems, and you can see that they still don't have the card I reserved, and still my number was never called, and now it never will. It's a bit of like an aggressive response. Like
Yeah.
I'm going
When you
through.
say come to your house.
I don't want to like I don't want to like shit on people that watch my videos or anything, but like that is a bit of a like an aggressive like response on there. Um, okay. And then you responded saying, "Get them from any other available site. There is plenty of EVGA in stock." So yeah, you would see like EVGA stock elsewhere. I don't know what it's like in the US. I think that's where Jerry you'd have to clarify on there what stock was looking like. But I know for Scan UK they did have EVGA cards on there, and Overclockers UK they had stock as well.
Yeah,
Um,
and he said it about a year ago. He joined the loyalty queue. I don't even know if it's called the loyalty queue system. Maybe if that's what it's called. But anyways, they said that hey, we have a lot more
what?
stock in stores and stuff. And in our actual website, there's no more queue.
Why does he put a Wikipedia page for reading comprehension?
Oh yeah. That's it. That's it. That was part of what and then after that, I was just like, I'm not gonna argue with this guy no more because, I'm like, he's trying to say I can't read. And
Uh,
also, I don't want to. I didn't want to argue with your the people in your chat. That's not really my. I'm not trying to. The people that follow you, I'm not trying to argue with them. So
well,
I I'm
I
just
can understand it, but the fact that he's been that's
yeah
quite rude to be honest. I know I shouldn't expect much from the internet. I know that is kind of like a thing about the internet. But your response on there saying, once you insult me, I'm no longer interested in debating is perfectly acceptable. But
yeah
I won't go through the whole thing on stream. But like,
yeah. It's
that
not
is
bad.
wild.
I just thought it was funny. And he asked he's all, can you quote where you insulted me or where I insulted you?
Please see this.
And
Like,
yeah yeah. If you want to go down to his apology, I'm like, well, you literally put a quote, and he's all. I don't know if you can see the apology. Um,
uh,
I just thought it was funny. Honestly, it didn't hurt my feelings at all. I just think it's
I just don't know how I missed this. This is what's really
yeah.
irritating me.
Yeah, and he said sorry, I didn't mean to say that you didn't have reading comprehension, but if people can't figure out something, I was like, all right, thanks for the backhanded apology, and then he started going
Tune into
crazy
Tech
again.
Flashback on Tuesday, and me and PC Jack can talk about this as a closing statement. It's like I'm reading like an omen here, like just predicting the future. But
Yeah.
like,
So,
well, I'm not going to jump into that right now. I
yeah.
think I think you've handled that perfectly in there, and that's not
It
like
was
really
just
over the top of a response to provide for that. But I think people are going off about it on the chat. Roblox Rudon gameplay. Yo, what did I miss? Well, it sounds like I missed quite a lot myself from my own YouTube comments, which is pretty crazy. Tech Lab, we stopped responding to aggressive responses on our videos. That is, yeah, well, Roblox just didn't sell there, so that's fair. Like, if you are getting responses that aren't going to have like an intelligible conversation or debate about anything, it's not worth your time or effort whatsoever. But yeah, spend our time responding better to those who aren't aggressive. Exactly, that's exactly what you should be doing. Um,
well, I was helping your video with adding comments on there, so it's fine. If there's
yeah,
more engagement.
I appreciate that. I didn't realize how many comments were on that video. I had no idea. Oh,
But yeah, like
so
I said, I had no problem with it. I just thought it was kind of funny. My biggest issue with his comments were that saying that EVGA was a bad company, and they're literally the best
I thought they were
GPU
highly
company.
regarded for like their RMA service and just their overall customer support, as far as I knew. I've never had to RMA a card through EVGA or anything, so I can't really like speak to
That's how
that
good they are.
exactly.
Yeah. Uh,
But
yeah. I thought. I was gonna say that's the closing segment, but I mean, I figured something out yesterday. Here's my 3070 Ti, but this isn't what
Nice.
I'm talking about. I'm just saying, EVGA, you will be missed. EVGA and
R.I.P.
Sapphire are good cards, and but anyways, all right, I like Asus too, which we can go ahead and talk about now.
Okay.
Everyone was um everyone's talking about the 40 series, right? Which makes sense. They had a big presentation, they revealed their stuff. But you guys want a sneak peek at the 7000 series possibly? I
Oh
was
yes.
watching uh I was watching a stream from the Asus rep of North America, and he was showing off the new GPUs in the 40 series, the Tough Gaming and the ROG Strix. Um Maybe you could show the intro to it real quick and then go to that mark I
It's
sent.
just popping up now. It's about 12 minutes or so, something along those lines. But yeah, I was quite surprised by this. Like, and you spotted this purely from just being in the stream at the time, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
someone said in the live chat to look at the PC in the background and what card is in there. So right now they're showing the PC. This is not the 40 series PC as you could tell. Pause it.
Okay.
If you guys could see the 30 series slash the 6000 series of GPUs with the ROG Strix, it had the LED bar in the front. This card says Radeon on the bottom left, if you could see it in the case, and it also says ROG Strix on the bottom right. I'm not too sure if you could zoom in. I did send you a screenshot of me zooming in as much as I can, but that is not a 4090 or a 4080. It says Radeon on it. It'd be pretty weird for an
It would
Nvidia
be a
card to
little
say
weird.
Radeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not a GPU I've seen before. Um, it is a ROG Strix card, so and they haven't really released any 7000 series cards. But if you look at it closely, it says Radeon, and it has the bottom right Asus ROG on it. Um,
Hmm.
so that's possibly a 7000 series card.
That's our
I would
first sneak
say,
peek.
yeah. Um, and then the other thing about this video too is I've been using my GPU bracket completely wrong.
Oh
You know,
really?
you
How,
see
how
how
did
he
you how did you figure that out?
because if you see his is on the top left of his PC case, not supporting the GPU.
Oh, fair enough then. Oh, I can see it now. I can see it on the.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I was like, where? Ah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fair
So
enough. I think
I
that
gotta rearrange that.
that kind of gives us a little bit of a taste of what's to come then when it comes to this RDNA free launch, which I'm
Yes.
pretty excited for. But
So there you guys go. We're giving you guys little sneak peeks.
sweet.
Um,
So
I if you want, I posted it on my YouTube. I posted the screenshot of as much I could zoom in without, it's a little pixelated, but if you guys want to check that out, go ahead, feel free to.
I will try and drop that in the chat now so guys can head over and take a look. But yeah, so I think that's about it for the stream today, though. As you said, Jerry, you got a video to plug for Friday, which would be as he's showing on stream right now.
That's
I
next
found a
week.
link. I'm gonna drop it in the
That's next
chat.
week. I didn't realize that was next week's video.
Oh, it's
Terrible.
next week's. Oh,
I just
well, oh damn,
I just leaked
we've
my
gone
own.
too
I just
far.
leaked my own leak.
Did you leak GTA 6?
Yeah, it's that damn bracket.
That's what it is. Just before we head out though, there's a quick question from Roblox Screwed On Gameplay, saying opinions of the 800 watt ish power draw for the 4090. I'm guessing that you're basing that figure on the sort of combined power draw with like an entire system, because I think they've only reported up to 450 watts on the AI on the founders specifically. I think, but well, we've talked about this quite a lot on stream, but I feel like the best time for us to revisit that will be once we get reviews on these cards. and we can get a much better idea of how these higher power draws are going to affect systems as a whole, especially when it comes to this new ATX 3.0 standard for power supplies and how that's going to help with transient power spikes, because that was a bit of an issue on 3000 series, but it's going to be even more a thing on 4000 series. But I feel it would be best for us to discuss that once we've got like some like more better details from third party sources as well. So I think that seems like a good idea if I'm not mistaken. What do you think about that, Jerry? So once the reviews are out, we'll touch upon power a little bit more, unless we hear any
Yeah,
further like leaks or rumors.
we just gave you the 7000 series leak possibly. Now you guys want more? Come on.
Do you want more, guys?
GTA leaks? Come on, guys.
All the leaks.
Yeah, we can't show all our cards.
I know. Just Chance, Team Red, here I come. After the wedding. That's fair. I can very well understand that sentiment right now. TechLab, just say it's either a 6000 or 7000 series, and then you have a 50-50 chance of being right and claiming you're a top leaker. Well, Jerry, you are now the top leaker on TechFlashback now. That's the title you're going to live up to. So that's the best way to go. But yeah. So, got the video coming up on Friday, and also my Steam Deck review is coming out on Friday as well.
I'll
And
be looking forward to that.
well, I hope you enjoy it. It's the longest video I've worked on in quite some time. It's like an 18-minute review, so I put a fair bit of time into it.
That's it.
I was working on it
funny.
during the Queen's funeral. That's how much effort I put in.
Yeah,
You know, just I didn't have the time for the Queen's funeral. I just had to sit down and get that Steam Deck review out. You know,
Yeah, yeah. You can even use it to game at a funeral.
exactly.
The royal crowd.
That'd be even better. But yeah, so that's it for the stream, guys. If you enjoyed it, then please feel free to like and subscribe to both myself and Jerry for all the tech content you could possibly want. And if you'd like to talk more with myself and Jerry, you can also join the PC Jack Discord server as well as the Top 3 Entertainment Discord server. We're both on there, and like I'm a bit of a Discord noob, so I try and be active at times, but it depends how good I am. But I try. Those are my main servers I go on, is both mine and Jerry's. And yeah, if you'd like to check out the next episode of Tech Flashback, we will be back to our regular routine on Tuesday at 7 p.m. British summertime next week. And yeah, that's about it. So let's roll out that intro and
Hold on,
say
hold
our
on.
farewells. Go for
Shout out
it.
to Tech Lab. Shout out to Roblox Root and Gameplay. Shout out to Just Chance. Whoever else is in here. Oh, shout out to Top 3 Entertainment. You guys are all dope.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But
We'll
sweet.
catch you guys later.
Thank you, guys. We shall see you in the next one.
Just wanted to